Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Welcome back to part 2. Now that we've baked our cantuccini, let's explore the best ways to serve them, keep them crisp and even add creative variations. Fold in whole almonds last so they don't break up too much. Shape 2 flat logs on a lined baking sheet. Flattening helps the first bake cook through without over-browning the outside. First bake until the logs are set and lightly golden. You're not trying to dry them out yet, just cook them through enough to slice cleanly. Cool for 10 to 15 minutes. This is a sweet spot, too hot and the logs crumble, too cold and slicing takes more force. Slice on a diagonal with a serrated knife, using gentle sawing motions. For safety, keep your fingers tucked and steady the log from the side, not the top. Second, bake the slices to dry them out. Flip them once so both sides crisp evenly. Cool fully on a rack. They crisp as they cool, like good toast. Watch for cues, not just the timer. The slices should look dry on the cut sides with golden edges, and the center shouldn't feel soft when pressed lightly. If they still bend or feel damp inside, they need a bit more time in the oven. Ingredients that matter most, and smart swaps that still taste Italian. Whole almonds do most of the heavy lifting. They give crunch, aroma, and that classic look when you slice the cookies. Toasting them first deepens flavor, even if you only do a quick toast. Zest is the quiet hero. A little orange or lemon zest makes the cookies taste brighter, the way a squeeze of citrus lifts the sauce. Vanilla rounds everything out, and eggs provide structure so the slices hold together after the first bake. A few swaps can work without changing the feel too much. Whole almonds are traditional, but sliced almonds are easier to cut through and make neater slices. Almond extract should be used sparingly. A small amount can boost aroma, too much can taste sharp. Gluten-free 1-to-1 flour can work if you choose a blend meant for baking. Expect a slightly more fragile slice. Chocolate chips should be kept modest. Too many chips add moisture and can make the center less crisp. Twice baking made easy, shaping, slicing, and getting the right crunch. For even baking, shape 2 low, flat logs instead of one tall one. Leave space between them on the sheet so heat can circulate. After the first bake, let the logs rest 10 to 15 minutes. Then slice on the diagonal for that classic cantuccini shape. During the second bake, flip the cookies once. This helps the cut sides dry evenly, which is what gives you the snappy bite and long shelf life. If your cantuccini are too hard, shorten the second bake slightly or slice them a bit thicker next time. If they're too soft, extend the second bake by a few minutes, then cool completely before judging. Warm biscotti can trick you. They often crisp up as they sit. Serving, storing and gifting cantuccini so they stay crisp. Cantuccini shine when you serve them the way they were intended, alongside something to sip. Add them to a dessert board with fruit, nuts, and a small bowl of Vinsanto, or keep it simple with espresso after dinner. They also work as an ice cream side cookie, like a crunchy spoon you can eat. For storage, think dry and airtight. Once the cookies are fully cooled, place them in an airtight container and keep them in a cool spot away from the stove or dishwasher. Humidity is the enemy. If you live in a damp climate, a tightly sealed tin often works better than a loose lid jar. They're also excellent for gifting because they travel well. A small bag or tin looks classic, and you can tuck in a tiny card that says, "Best dipped in coffee or Vinsanto." Avoid wrapping them while they're even slightly warm. Trapped steam will soften them. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe.